NCAA Division III football playoffs first round. We are here with a victorious Co-College Cohawks after a 44-7 victory over Concordia, Wisconsin. We are here with head coach Tyler Staker and quarterback Brady Kelly. Coach, can you give us an opening statement here?
Yeah, first off, I want to congratulate Concordia, Wisconsin on a great season that they had this year. It's a great team, well-coached team, and just want to tip my hat to them. But then, really proud of our guys. We have really kind of hit our stride towards the end of the season, and really proud of our performance today, being on the road, first round of the playoffs. It's tough environment, adverse environment, and I thought our guys came out and played some really good football today.
Brady, can you talk about your successful day today, leading the Cohawks here through the air? Can you just talk about how fun this group is to be with and how many options you have?
Yeah, well, first off, I think we had a great game plan going into it. And when I have 4 receivers who could each put up 100 yards any day, it makes my job pretty easy.
Coach, can you talk about a really impressive aspect in all 3 areas? You had some key offensive plays, key defense, and special teams coming up big as well today.
Yeah, I thought the kick before half was huge. Concordia, Wisconsin, you got a little bit of that momentum there right before half, and then being able to put together a drive to get points there, for us. To go up 17-7 right before half. I thought that was big. So that was a huge kick by Jake. And then, our defense came out in the second half and, really played lights out. They played really, really, really well. They were challenged a little bit at halftime by our defense coordinator, Coach Becky, and I thought they rose to the challenge. Offensively, we were able to mix in the run and the pass. I think in the second half, we were able to lean in on that run quite a bit, especially going into the win in the third quarter. And take those first 2 drives down and score. So that was a huge confidence boost for us, a huge momentum swing, into that second half. But overall, in all 3 phases, I thought we played some pretty clean football.
Brady, you were impressive today, 22 of 25. But how nice is it to have your defensive support? Concordia marched down the field there, but ending up with an interception. How key is it to just know that you also have the support of your defense?
It's great. We tell each other, we always got each other's backs. They make a play for us, we make a play for them. So I think it's great.
Coach, can you talk about the significance? You talked about the road playoff win, but already having to be challenged on the road against a rival, against Central. How do you think that helped propel you into this weekend?
Yeah, the last 3 weeks of the season, we were on the road against Dubuque in a really tough environment, tough place to win, in a close ball game back and forth, and we found a way to come out on top. And then last game of the season against Central, nationally ranked team, really good football program, well coached, in a back and forth game, and we found a way to squeak out a win there as well. So I think it helps with our guys and their confidence and understanding, hey, being on the road, and having a little bit of that chip on your shoulder. Where, hey, you're on the road, you got to come up ready to play. They're just used to it. They're used to being in those tough games. They're used to being on the road and playing, in games that come right down to the wire. So I think it's a huge confidence boost for us.
So last question to you, Coach. Is there anything different? You've made it into the playoffs now 3 straight years. Is there anything different that you've really seen from this team? I know you have a well-seasoned team, but anything special you've seen from this squad?
I think the biggest thing is just, it's a resilient group. If you look at the beginning of our year, we knew we had some tough teams, to start out the season. We were on the road against Wisconsin River Falls in week 2, really tough test. We were on the road at Wartburg, both teams ranked in top 15 at the time, on the road at Wartburg. And then our second conference game was going to be a really tough test. And so, you're sitting at 2-2 in the season, and it's a pivotal moment. There's one of 2 ways that you can go, and you can look at it and be like, hey, 2-2, not quite sure what our playoff chances are going to be, and go that route, which, the culture and the leadership of our program, I know our guys weren't going to take that route, but it's still hard, and they're a resilient group. They're like, hey, we're gonna get right back to work. We're gonna prepare in a way, and we certainly have done that. But I would just say, not letting that circumstance dictate, our preparation and our performance. So just really proud of our guys continuing to fight, continuing to put themselves into a spot where, you quietly rattle off 6 in a row, and now, you get a chance to get into the playoffs and, get a road win.
Well, you've now officially rattled off 7 in a row. Congratulations, Coach. Best of luck to both of you and the Cohawks in the playoffs.
Thank you.
Thank you.